Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to yet another episode of Draft Action Hero.
Woo!
The show where we draft action heroes.
Is that what this show is?
Yeah, that's the idea. Look, who can say?
I don't even remember anymore.
No, we're on like episode 10, and big shout out to James Rainey. James is the one who made this all happen. James, I sure hope we're still... I hope you're hanging in there. I hope you're still with us. I hope you're like, this is exactly what I wanted. Who can say?
Yeah,
You know?
who among us?
Did we say our names?
No, we didn't.
I'm one of your hosts, David Bell.
I'm a second host, Tom Ryman.
Yeah, and yeah, we're well into it. You know, we're in good spirits, right? Are we in good spirits?
I mean, we're in spirits.
We're in spirits. Yeah, we're both drunk.
Yeah, that's yeah. We're both fucking ripped. We're just face tanked.
I would love to do an episode of this on acid. We'll do a special acid episode. One of these days.
Man, one day.
So here's
when we have money where we can just burn it, when we can just waste when we have money where we can just waste acid on a stupid podcast recording.
Oh yeah, that's not a waste.
Well,
acid's cheap. Acid's surprisingly cheap, or at least it used to be. I'm an old coot now, so who knows? Who knows what? Someone tell me what acid costs. Someone tweet to us the cost of acid.
Well, I mean, it wasn't the cost so much as like, now we're just getting into a thing.
You know what that is, this podcast. It's getting into things.
I remember nobody had any for a long time.
It's very hard to find acid.
That's the problem, yeah.
It depends. There were eras when you're a teenager, you can just find drugs. It's easy. The older you get, the harder it is to find drugs because no one trusts you.
Yeah, because nobody trusts you.
Yeah, because you're old. Like, what do I do? Walk up, go to a high school, and ask around?
Hello, fellow
like,
kids.
Yeah. How does one?
Where do I get the LSD?
Yeah, it's exhausting. Getting drugs as an adult, exhausting.
Yeah, it's a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, except getting weed delivered to your house.
In California,
that's the greatest. In California, being an adult is just aces.
Did you ever think that, like, we're at exactly the right age? And what I mean from that is, like, I got the internet knowing what it was like without the internet.
Yes.
And it's the same with weed. I got weed delivered to my house legally in an age where I can remember what it's like not to have
being
that.
able to do that. Yes.
And we're both of an age where we could enjoy those.
Well, I mean,
things.
it's funny. Like, we're old enough where we can remember. It's still like that in most states of the union.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
but it's still like it's nice. It's nice. Like, I don't feel spoiled. I know what it's like without it. Yeah, I also my other base is in Massachusetts. So basically, I get on a plane, go to Massachusetts. Guess what? Still weed. There's still weed there. I never have to not be high.
That's the goal, honestly.
Yeah.
This is what all of us deserve.
It is. It really is. After the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
they should. That's really after the pandemic. All the governments should have just been like, you know what?
That's just the latest thing. Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the latest thing where the government should be like, you know what? It's all everybody can have all drugs.
All drugs are free.
All
Yeah.
drugs are legal.
We're gonna fuck the stimulus. We're gonna mail you all some drugs.
Just
and
experiment.
you'll have
Yeah,
them.
we'll mail you like a flight of drugs.
Yeah.
So you can just
Yeah,
try a bunch and see what you like.
Yeah, like a little sample book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like little
That sounds
swatches
delightful.
that you get for like wallpaper.
Right. Little drug swatches.
Little drug swatches.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That's what we're doing.
All right, we're podcasting. Hold on. All right. We're doing Draft Action Hero. We're podcasting where we take action heroes from a list and we draft our favorites. So we start there. Then we figure out the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And then we figure out a location, a scenario, and a group of henchmen, and then we pick our favorite, and then we battle them. Right?
Yeah. No, it's
in a role playing scenario.
This is a terrible improv podcast, and or like an average role play podcast.
Right.
I feel like most role play podcasts are like this.
Yeah.
Where it's just aggressively average white people like you and I.
Yeah. Some are probably better.
Rambling our way through a fantasy scenario.
Yeah, and people listen.
And
they
people
fucking
listen.
love it.
I guess. Do they? I have no idea. I have no idea how people feel about this podcast.
All right. Tweet to us about where to get drugs, how much the drugs cost.
Mm-hmm.
Tweet to us, and then whether or not you love us.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hear. I want three things from you when you tweet to us: whether or not you love us, how much your drugs cost, and where we can pick them up. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That covers all of it. Yeah, that's all of it.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's start the show.
Let's sink our fangs into this.
So we decided to do Batman this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is that our draft pool will all be eras of Batman.
Of the live-action Batman.
Of the live-action Batman.
So
I should have had Jeff for this.
No Kevin's Conroy.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom, you're something of a Batman expert.
Although I do have to, I'm sure some fucking horrible nerd will ping me and be like, well, actually, Kevin Conroy has played Batman in a live-action thing. It's okay, fine, sure. But he's not on this list.
Right.
We're not doing one crossover episode on the CW. We're not counting that.
No. Yeah, we're doing them directly. We're doing the movies. Right? Let's just say we're doing movies.
Yeah.
And we're doing movies that are currently out. So, sorry, Bobby Patterson. You are not here.
Is that the mystery writer?
Bobby Pats.
The creator of Alex Cross. Isn't that a Patterson? Anyway.
I don't know, man. So, all right, we have 6 Batmen. We have the Adam West era Batman, because that was a movie. There was a movie, not just TV show.
They did. They made a motion picture.
What year was that?
66 is when the show first aired. I can't remember when the movie came out. I feel like it's probably 67, 68, maybe 69.
Okay, I'm putting 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Michael McKell Keaton of the 1989.
Yeah. You got it.
So we'll call that the 1980s. I'm just going to do 80s to make it easier. Then we have Valerie Kilmer of the, was that the 90s?
That was 95.
Yeah, 1990s. Look at it all working out really well.
It's about to immediately go wrong.
Yeah, then we have George Clooney of the also
the 90s. Yeah.
That's okay. We'll probably call them by the actor names, but we're talking about the Batman.
Yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't just call them by the actor. I have no idea why you're grouping it into decades, because a lot of them overlap.
Yeah, it's because it's fun. Then we have Christian Bale from the 2000s.
Yes.
2009 was the first one, right?
No.
2008?
No.
2007? 2006?
Keep going.
2005.
Hey, got there.
Nice. All right. And then we have Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, no.
From the 2010s.
Yes.
So almost. We almost had one Batman per decade.
No, we really didn't.
We almost did.
Well, there's no Batman in the 70s. Michael Keaton was barely in the 80s. He was mostly in the 90s.
Yeah, but it still counts. Right? 1989.
Yeah.
Baby. That's the 80s.
And then his other one was 1992.
It's the deep 80s.
Yeah,
But
that's
92,
true.
not so much, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we have to choose from. Now, if I recall how this works, I'm going to flip a coin. You're going to say heads or tails.
Uh-huh. So far, so good. We're killing it.
All right. And then we're going to start the draft. Then we are going to roll the scenarios.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to pick our Batman.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So I am holding a coin.
Okay.
I'm holding $0.25.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to...
1/4 of a dollar. 25%
Yeah.
of a dollar.
25% of $1. I'm about to flip it and call it right now, Tom.
Tails.
It is tails.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you start. So you pick one, then I pick two, then you pick two, right? That's how we're doing it?
Yeah.
Start us off.
I'm picking Val Kilmer.
Really?
Really?
Okay. Tom.
I'm playing a strat.
Okay.
I've got a strategy.
That's beautiful. So that's Batman Forever. You can't pull from Batman and Robin.
No.
Yeah. So you are squarely choosing the Batman that is in Batman Forever. All right. I'm grabbing Ben Affleck. Let me tell you, Tom, I am snatching up not the best Batman.
Does sweat spray out of him like a sponge when you grab him?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like he's just saturated.
Yeah.
He's a very sweaty Batman.
I am getting that Batman because my God,
it's a good It's a good one to throw into the ring there. Yeah, You definitely picked the beefiest Batman.
Right. I'm also picking George Clooney.
Sure.
All right. Now it's you.
I'll grab Keaton.
That's a good idea. And you got one more.
Adam West.
Ooh, nobody wants Christian Bale. I'll take Christian Bale then, and now we have it. We're sufficiently split. Mm-hmm. So this is interesting.
Yeah.
You got West, Keaton, and Kilmer. I got Clunes, Bale, and Affleck. So we split the timeline.
More or less, yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah, that's yeah. You're right. That's true.
Yeah.
We split it right down the middle. I worked backwards, in fact.
Yeah, you did.
You jumped around.
I jumped around, but ultimately we got.
Mm-hmm.
We split it. So yeah, you have the 60s to the 90s. I have also the 90s to the 2010s. So now it's time to figure out what we'll be facing. So we have 3 things to roll here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's. We're using wheels, right?
Yes, we're gonna wheel.
We
this.
have advanced Wheel of Fortune software.
We do state of the art Wheel of Fortune software.
Yes.
So we have to roll the location. Now I have listed here for the location in which shit's gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
An airplane. Batman on an airplane would be hilarious. A medieval castle, a museum, a dystopian wasteland, a Wild West town.
Okay, back on board.
Which we argued that a Wild West town would also be the era.
Yes.
Of the Wild West.
It has to be in time. Yeah, it can't just be like a sound stage.
Yep. Roadhouse, the White House, and a theme park. Anything you want to add or subtract to this wheel?
Nope.
All right. Then I am rolling it right now. It's rolling. And it is landing on Roadhouse. Okay. That's going to inform some of the scenario too, I imagine. And now I'm gonna. All right, should I roll the scenario or the henchman next? What do we want to see happen here? So I guess should we? All right, let's roll the henchman.
Let's roll the henchman. Yeah.
The scenario might change a lot, but we'll
see.
We can work it.
We'll see.
So for henchmen, I have Nazis, Marauders, an evil sports team, cloned dinosaurs, Shredder and the Foot Clan, stormtroopers, and werewolves.
Sure.
Anything else?
No, although technically werewolf could be a subcategory of any of the other category of henchmen.
Yeah, that is very true.
They could be stormtroopers who are also werewolves. It could be Shredder and the Foot Clan who are werewolves.
All right, so are you saying that if we get werewolves, should we roll again to see what they are?
Let's see what happens.
Okay, I'm going to roll. All right, I'm rolling to find out what we pick.
Sure.
Shredder and the Foot, Tom.
Okay.
Do we want them to be werewolves too? I feel like that's putting a hat on.
Nah.
Okay. Finally, the scenario. So
it almost doesn't matter.
It almost doesn't matter.
It's just Shredder and the Foot Clan
and
inside the fucking Double Deuce.
Yeah, I'm not sure we need a scenario because Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is both the location and the scenario.
Yeah,
it's Roadhouse.
I say we spin this and then see if it adds a flavor.
Yeah,
and if not, we get rid of it. The scenarios that I have listed here is you are Judge Dredd.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it all caps?
Yeah. Plot of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Treasure Ark. Little redundant there. Framed for Murder.
What the fuck are you doing there, Dave? Why did you do that to us?
Costumed Gang War or Rescue Mission. I'm going to see what happens here.
Okay, I feel like... Oh, no, wait. We did the President's Daughter's Been Kidnapped. It wasn't...
We did.
Which is technically a rescue mission.
It is.
But it was a hyper-specific version of it.
I feel like we don't need to roll this, but I'm rolling it anyway.
Let's see. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll add a little bit of sparkle to it.
Okay, well, it didn't because it landed on Costumed Gang War, which is already
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, all right, Batman versus the Foot Clan in a Roadhouse.
In the Double Deuce.
In the Double Deuce.
It's
specifically.
Perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
All right, so can you take us through the plot of Roadhouse?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay.
So, a guy hires mercenary bouncer, gunslinging bouncer, Dalton, to come bounce the Double Deuce. It's a roadhouse in, I forget where, like Tennessee, I don't know, somewhere in the South.
All right.
In a lawless town. So he comes there, he restores order to the Double Deuce, and then begins to restore order to the town itself, which is under the control of a villainous shithead who exerts his power over the community with monster trucks. If you remember that scene.
Oh my God, I do.
Do you remember the monster truck scene?
Oh.
Also, he has a helicopter. He lives like on the other side of a pond from Dalton, so they could just like stare at each other.
Yes, they're
neighbors.
Love
Roadhouse, Dave. Let's watch Roadhouse when we're done with this.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. My God. It's in Missouri. Jasper, Missouri.
Okay.
So what we're gonna see here is cleaning up the roadhouse, right?
Yeah.
There will be some sort of knife boot situation.
A knife boot occurs.
Yeah, I mean Shredder is one big knife boot.
Yeah.
So Shredder is the main bad guy, right?
Yeah, he's kind of all of them. He's the town kingpin. He's the kingpin's gunslinger. He's the knife boot guy. He's the monster truck in a way.
Hold on, but like Shredder in this scenario, he would be the final fight.
Yes.
Which is the estate, right? He goes to the estate and fights the bad guy.
He drives the monster truck, I believe. Oh no, wait, no, he drives his prized car. Like he wrecks his prized car.
Right. So that's
to gain revenge for Sam Elliott.
So the final thing we're going to do is Shredder's estate.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we have to. There's definitely going to be one Double Deuce. fight.
There's got to be a fight at the Double Deuce. There's got to be a fight on the muddy banks of the pond in front of the estate.
Okay, that's right before.
Because that's where Dalton rips the guy's throat out. Remember?
Okay, so muddy.
And his dazzling display of martial arts prowess.
All right, so we have Double Deuce fight, Muddy Pond fight, Shredder's estate fight.
Yeah.
Monster truck fight.
I mean, he doesn't really fight the monster truck, but the monster truck can be in there.
Batmobile versus monster truck.
I mean, nobody really fights the monster truck, but
all right, we don't have to do it, but I feel like this is like the video game adaptation.
That's
of
true.
Roadhouse.
And if you
we need
put
levels,
right, and if you put Batman into Roadhouse, you'd be a fool not to have a scene of the Batmobile fighting the monster truck.
Right.
Right.
So that's 4 situations. Do we need another?
No.
Okay. So
I think if we do any more than that, we run a serious risk of this episode being unlistenable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, we're already testing those limits right now.
Batman shows up at the Double Deuce.
Yeah.
He fights off Knife Boot. I think Knife Boot should be there.
Yeah, one of the foot soldiers definitely has a Knife Boot.
Yeah, Knife Boot Foot Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Batmobile versus Monster Truck. Can like Bebop and Rocksteady be at the fighting the monster truck?
It makes sense that they would be driving the monster truck. Yeah, they'd be like Flea and Anthony Kiedis in the chase.
Okay, yeah, they would be like that.
That's
Muddy Pond
pretty
fight.
much who they are.
Yeah, Muddy Pond fight. Can that be with Krang?
Yeah.
Can it?
Yeah, technically.
It doesn't have to be with Krang.
Honestly, if Krang was involved, it would kind of be you'd fight Shredder before Krang.
All right,
I think,
so
because Krang
maybe
doesn't really fist fight people.
What if it's with Sam Rockwell from the first Ninja Turtles?
Or what if it's just that same bouncer dude, only he's in the Foot Clan now?
Okay, I don't remember you're gonna have to.
I'm trying to. Well, he gets the bad guy gets his own karate bouncer to fight Dalton, and they have to fight.
Oh yeah.
Remember? Yeah, and he rips that dude's throat out.
Foot. He could be like the guy in the first Ninja Turtles as well.
Tatsu?
Shredder's second in command. Yeah.
Tatsu,
all right, and then obviously you fight Shredder as the last one. Mm-hmm. All right, so we have to pick. Fuck. All right, so now it's time to pick which Batman we're gonna use. Do you have a Batman planned?
I do.
What is it?
Dave, it's Val Kilmer.
All right. It's Val Kilmer for Tom.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm so curious to know why.
It will become obvious.
Okay. Okay, so I have to think about this.
I've got a real defined battle plan in my head.
Okay.
And everything. I'm having a real fucking John Madden moment. If everything goes according to plan.
All right. I have nothing in mind here.
Well, I'm going to say you run a little bit of a liability with Clooney because Clooney's built-in weakness is that if anybody approaches him and says, "Hey, we saw Batman and Robin," he has to stop and give them the cash equivalent of a movie ticket.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to do Clooney. I'm just trying to think of which grumbly motherfucker do I use. Like, it's very clear that the Batmans get more and more like swole up. Like sort of.
No, that's accurate. I think that's true.
And they get grittier and more swole up since the 90s. And I'm just wondering, like, Christian Bale, he's a little more agile. He has actually, I feel like, more toys.
I'm sure that's true. He did 3 movies.
Yeah, I'm also more aware of those films, that version. I feel like I'm gonna, man.
I mean, we did get an entire CrossFit training sequence of Batfleck.
We did.
Mm-hmm. He's like beating a tire and shit.
he has almost less he has almost less gadgets, and he's more just like, I'm gonna burn you and beat you with a sink.
Yeah. He's just he's a gigantic slab of violence.
Yeah.
And there are definite benefits to that.
All right, fuck it. I'll be Ben Affleck.
There are pluses in that column.
Yeah, I'll be Ben Affleck. I'm going the other way with it.
Yeah.
All right, so you, how do we decide who goes first?
Well,
you won the coin toss.
I won the draft. The
coin toss.
The coin toss. No,
the coin toss.
I feel like maybe you should start since I got to go first with the draft.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or it's your choice if you feel more comfortable with that. Either way, it's up to you.
I guess I'll go first. I mean, Ben Affleck, this is the thing. It's a pretty simple, straightforward situation. So Ben Affleck
just wait. Remember you said that. Okay.
All right. Well, okay, I'm in the bar, right? And I'm standing there and I'm the bouncer.
Are you in the Batman suit?
Yeah, no, we're in the Batman suit.
We're bouncing as Batman. Got it.
Yeah, of course, right?
I mean, yeah.
And they're like, who's the new guy? And they're like,
that's Batman.
Oh, that's Batman.
Like everyone's heard.
Yeah.
Like, it makes more sense when it's Batman. Like, the idea that, like, Dalton is this nationally famous bouncer is wild. It would be slightly more justifiable if it was a dude in a bat costume.
Right. And so they're like, oh, that's Batman. We heard he, like, killed a guy in Memphis. And I guess they'll say in Gotham.
Yeah. And they would look over at Ben Affleck Batman and be like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
He looks
like a bat.
He looks like he killed a man in Boston.
Yeah. And so, is this one Knife Boot? Is this Knife Boot guy?
Sure.
Yeah. So the Foot Clan, they're like, watch out. The Foot Clan runs this town, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch out for Shredder.
He's got knives all over, not just in his boot.
Yeah. And so Knife Boot guy comes in and I like catch him, right? Or like they sneak the Knife Boot through.
He tries to come in, yeah. I mean, are you asking me for what happens in the film?
What happens in Roadhouse? Yeah.
What happens in Roadhouse is just a guy tries to come in with a knife boot, and Dalton's like, nah,
okay.
Think again. And he's like, I'm going to come party with my knife boot. He's like, no, you're not. He beats shit up.
Okay. Because we're trying to role play like the scenarios, and then it's how would Batman handle this?
It's basically he tried to just walk right in with his knife boot, waving it in your face, using his Foot Clan juice.
Okay, and Batman's like, not so fast, and he's like, what are you gonna do about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I suddenly the lights go out.
Sure.
The emergency lights come on, and I am nowhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And Knife Boot guy's like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck's going on? And just like random people start just getting like swooped up. He just can't. He has no idea what's going on. I'm trying to think of Affleck fight moves. I believe at one point he grappling hooks a dude. I'm gonna grappling hook this guy and like fling to the ground, and therefore use my weight to just like fling this man slamming into the ground. It's gonna be really slow motion.
Oh yeah,
like super slow.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can see it.
I'm gonna I slam through the entire floor. And he sort of like he slams to the ground. His teeth just goes flying.
Mm-hmm.
And the
it's like just a fountain, like a tooth fountain.
Yeah. And then just like some real moody music starts playing.
Mm-hmm.
As the teeth are slowly flying.
Yeah.
And we get credits. These bloody teeth. Just credits.
Written on the bloody teeth?
No, in like really plain font.
Oh, okay.
And it's like really a bummer, and you were there to have fun, but suddenly you're just sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because a man's teeth are flying across the screen.
Yeah, exactly. And then the teeth fall to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like all fucked up on the ground, and I snap the knife boot off of this Foot Clan guy, and I take off his Foot Clan mask, and he's just a kid, he just wanted some cigarettes.
Well, he's a toothless kid now.
Yeah. But like he just, he was just doing it because of the skateboarding and the cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm gonna make sure everybody knows, like what the kind of scum you are.
with your knife boots. Your knife beat.
Yeah, and I burn the impression of the knife boot just in his fucking face, like right over his eye.
Uh-huh.
And everybody in the bar is just bummed out. And they're like, this is really not cool, man. The people who are left, because I came in like a fucking demon. And now I have hurt the bar. And I've burnt this young man, and he's crying. And I guess I tie him up, and of course the cops are coming.
Yeah. No, they're
And
probably already there.
Yeah. I'm just like, Martha. And I leave.
Uh-huh.
And I go out into the night like
Well,
a fucking ghost.
yeah.
Like a ghost.
Yeah. You are the
think that's-
night, so it's
Yeah, I am the night. Yeah. All right. That's what I do at the Double Deuce. That's my bodyguarding.
sweet.
Yeah.
All right, so Val Kilmer, Batman, Batman Forever, Batman, hanging out in the Double Deuce. We got the Foot Clan coming in, trying to start all kinds of mischief. Got a knife boot Foot Clan guy being a wise guy, thinking he's all cheeky, being like, "Hey, Batman, the Foot Clan runs stuff here in Jasper, Missouri."
Oh.
So Val Kilmer, Batman, cool as a cucumber, doesn't say anything. So walks slowly over to the knife boot Foot Clan member, and his fellow Feats Clan. Just standing by the entrance. He walks over there, cool as a cucumber. Val Kilmer, Batman. And then I'm just gonna, real slowly light a cigarette, take a drag off of it.
Right.
And then I'm just gonna fucking put the cigarette out on his face. Just gonna burn his fucking face with my cigarette because I'm Val Kilmer.
Because you're Val Kilmer, yeah. No, yeah, you're using your Val Kilmer powers.
Yeah.
You're tapping into your Val Kilmer powers.
I don't say a word. I burn the Christ out of this 19-year-old Foot Clan member.
Right.
And then I walk to my trailer. Problem solved.
You're not coming out.
No, I stay in my trailer for the next 14 hours.
All right, yeah. They have to get a special producer to talk you out of there.
Yep. Jane Goodall has to come down and talk me out.
All right, so that's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right, that's fair. Now we're at Batmobile versus Monster Truck. So I guess what has happened? Have we already done karate moves by the lake?
Word has gotten around. No, we haven't done the karate yet. The karate fight by the riverbank is coming up.
No. But I mean, we've lived in this town for a while now.
People regularly drive by the barn we've rented to watch us do mostly nude morning karate.
Yeah, still with the Batman mask
silhouetted by the rising
rest.
sun. Yeah,
wearing
a Batman cowl.
Yeah, the cowl's on, but everything else is just dick out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my morning karate looks an awful lot like Val Kilmer in a Batman cowl, just drinking an Irish coffee and reading People magazine.
Right. It's not the estate. Is it it's a car dealership, right?
Yes.
Shredder has sent Bebop
and Rocksteady.
to go demolish a car dealership with their monster truck.
Yes, this is one of the local business owners is siding with Batman against him. So he's like, that can't happen. I'm gonna have Bebop and Rocksteady go fuck his shit up.
Right. So I'm seeing this happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Alfred, I need information. And Alfred like sends the fucking bat plane up, and he like scans it. And I take the plane back to my my weird like lake base.
Your lake barn?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this your bat cave? Or wait a minute.
My lake base. You drop in the lake. I'm Ben Affleck Batman.
Gotcha. Because Dalton also has a lake base, so I wasn't sure.
Oh no. Okay, so that lake I guess opens.
Right, sure.
Right. And then
and Jeremy Irons is down there.
Yeah, he's
making
down there. He's
tea like a fucking maniac.
He's making me tea.
You have to pour it from 6 feet above the glass, or else it doesn't taste right.
So I get the Batmobile and I start souping it up with monster truck wheels.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And then I go online to like look up if anybody, I don't know, can help me. I start building a super team to like deal with Shredder.
It seems like a good move. Yeah, he's got 2 mutants and a monster truck.
Yeah, and then out of fucking nowhere. Well, first I like dream about my mom dying for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, the Flash just shows up. And he's like, you gotta, it's Lois. You gotta get Lois. And I don't know what it means, and it never comes up again. And so about that time, Alfred is done souping up the Batmobile with the monster truck wheels. So I just start fucking tooling through the town, and it turns out that that's also terrifying, much like a monster truck. So like most people are not into it. I drive. Let's see. What does he do with that Batmobile? Oh yeah, I shoot at the monster truck with my machine guns.
You put a lot of machine guns on it.
Yeah, and I absolutely just demolish that fucking thing. I kill many people, including people at the dealership.
Uh-huh.
And people in the town are like, maybe that guy shouldn't be allowed to have that car with all those guns on it. Like, it seems really irresponsible.
I'm just
and,
picturing
like, terrifying.
People like cheering, but like kind of defeatedly, like yay, as
Yay,
you're just
like,
mowing things down.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, okay, we got a monster truck. What's oh, that sucks, right? And then just another even worse car shows up and just tears that one apart.
Mm-hmm.
Bebop and Rocksteady are just shredded on the ground.
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even notice. I just drive by thinking about how I don't kill people.
Mm-hmm.
I
live by a code.
I live by a code. I shout that out the windows at storefronts as I'm shattering the windows with like the blast wave of my rocket car.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get picked up by a giant plane that lands just like in a lake that like there's no way people can't notice that it's flying in that lake. Like they must know. And I think that does it for the Batmobile. The Batmobile's terrifying.
Yeah, it really is horrible.
Yeah. And like there's no way they can't figure out where it would go.
It's just like
whatever.
It's just like an urban pacification tank. That's all it is.
It really is.
It is designed to terrorize populations.
Yeah. You know what I do is I come back in my spider truck.
Yeah. Again,
that weird crab monster thing.
The operative
and I
the
crab
operative
walk
word
around.
here is terrorize.
Yeah, I crab walk around on the wreckage to like just smush it all in and make sure, just make sure.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally like
Screaming out of the
I don't
cockpit, I don't kill.
Yeah, exactly. I back into the side of a hardware store.
Oh yeah, that place explodes. Yeah, no,
That explodes.
the hardware store definitely explodes.
Yeah, it's really slow motion. And then I think about my mom dying again.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a dream where I go to her grave and a bat comes out. And then I go home and I don't know, I jerk off as Batman with my supercomputer or whatever, drink some tea.
Yeah, he download some ultra porn.
Yeah.
I send computer.
I send a weird message to Wonder Woman saying I know who she is. I email Cyborg and try to meet him. Like I'm assembling a team. Is the point? I'm assembling a team.
No, it sounds like a good use of your time.
Yeah. All right, that's my Batmobile versus Monster Truck.
Okay, so I'm Val Kilmer Batman. I'm sitting in my lakeside barn lair. There's horses There's horses living there.
Of course there are.
I see the bat signal in the sky, so I go and meet with Commissioner Gordon. He's like, it's Shredder. He's had Bebop and Rocksteady are taking a monster truck and they're using it to smash a dealership. That's terrible. Pat Hingle sounds like Christopher Lloyd for some reason in this. I'm afraid the Foot Clan is back. So I head over to the dealership. I'm just like, don't worry, I'll take care of it, and I'll get drive-through because I'm Val Kilmer Batman.
Yes.
And I get into my ribbed penis car, and I drive to McDonald's and get some food, and then I drive to the dealership.
All right.
And then I pull over, just kind of watch for a minute, eating my sandwich, watching Bebop and Rocksteady just really. They haven't started driving the monster truck yet, but they're clearly just very excited about it.
Right.
Because the whole idea is they want to get the town around to see what happens when you challenge the power of the Foot Clan.
Right.
Is you get two mutated dumbasses driving a giant piece of custom machinery through your store.
Right.
So I finish my sandwich. Get out of the Batmobile. Get out of my ribbed dickmobile. Walk across the street. Dab in the corners of my mouth, my napkin. Climb slowly, but determinedly, powerfully, dependably. I am Batman. Up the side of this monster truck. Tap on the window.
Go on.
Rocksteady rolls the windows down. And then I burn his face with a cigarette.
Yeah.
And Bebop sits. Yeah. Bebop starts to protest.
Right.
What's the big idea, Toidles? So I burn his face too.
Right. Oh shit.
And then I smash my cigarette out on the dashboard of the monster truck, so the monster truck gets some of that medicine too. Right. Because it needs to know who's boss as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I just snatch the keys out of the ignition. Because they're both just a weeping, blubbery mess.
Yeah, they're just grabbing their faces like, what the fuck?
They're shocked and hurt and confused and embarrassed and humiliated all at the same time. So they're just weeping. And then I just climb back down the monster truck with the keys. Get in my dickmobile and leave.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
And
do you ask someone if they like the circus?
Tell me, Doc.
Do
you like the circus?
Do you like the circus?
No, but
hey, Schumacher, maybe do another take.
Yeah, one more take where he doesn't fucking Sylvester the cat through it. The Jerry Goldsmith brassy ass score, like kicks up as I drive away in my dickmobile.
Right.
One final insult: I throw my McDonald's trash out as I drive away. It blows back and hits Rocksteady in the cigarette burn. His eyes get even more wet with tears.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I do.
Okay, that's fine.
I can't think of anything else. I don't know what else I would do.
No, that's fine. It's fine. We're on the Muddy Pond fight now. So it's the bouncer dude, but Foot Clan, right?
Yeah.
them being Foot Clan really doesn't play into this much.
I mean, it is in my mind.
Oh yeah, no, being able to picture it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see the pond,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, I could really use like a water person. So I get on, I get in the Batmobile. I put on some Leonard Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
I drive to the airport. I take an international flight. I get on a horse. I go on the horse for a while. Like way too long, you know?
It seems like it's
too
long, yeah.
It takes like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to this fishing village, and I'm like, I'm looking for the Aquaman. And there's like clearly a guy there.
Right.
But I don't seem to know. And I ask around some more, and I offer a bunch of money. And eventually I find the Aquaman, and I tell him I'm assembling a team to fight a dude by a lake. And he's like, no, I'm going to go into the ocean now. And I'm like, fine. And then I get back on my horse, and I go back. As I'm leaving, like the villagers are singing for some reason. Doesn't seem like it needs to be happening, you know? But it's happening anyway. And it's like lasting a while. And then I fly back home. And I meet the guy outside, but he's a the Foot Clan guy. And then I guess I just beat the shit out of him.
I mean,
because I'm Batman.
Yeah, you'd beat him like a giant truck tire.
Yeah, I guess I'd throw my batarang at him, and like unlike how it always does stuff in, like the batarang, like unlike how it's shown in the movies most of the time, it just sticks him right in the face, like just embeds itself, and he screams.
I mean,
and he screams, and he falls on the ground, and he's bleeding, and he can't see out of that eye. And again, he's just a kid, you know?
Yeah. Well, he should have thought about that.
Yeah, and his nunchucks are just like falling in the mud.
Just uselessly in the mud.
He's like looking over. There's blood in one of his eyes.
Got his initials engraved on them.
Yeah, these nunchucks that he thought he was gonna use.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I threw something in his eye and it stabbed him.
You threw a bat-shaped knife into his eye.
Yeah, and it hurts really bad.
Yeah.
And I just start punching him, and like he's not even fighting back. And then I tie him upside down, and like it's gonna cut off his circulation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's for the police to find you. But like, I don't think he's gonna make it.
Right, and you're not calling the police anyway.
No, who's calling the police? Yeah,
someone
exactly.
will call them.
Yeah, I tie him up, and then the lake starts moving, and this fucking deity comes out, and he's like, my man, and just drowns me. Not me, him. The bouncer. He just like covers him in water. And it's not just water. Like there's stuff in there because it's, you know, there's like rocks and pebbles and beer bottles. And he just like slams him with the water, and it cuts him up and it bruises him. Like he just looks like just like a storm victim, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that breaks him out of the tree that like I hung him from. And he just gets washed halfway down the road. And he's just laying there. And no one's going to know what happened to him. You know, like there's no way you'd find the body of a Batman victim. Unless you know what Batman is. But like imagine being the first person attacked by Batman.
It would be very confusing, yeah.
Yeah, or like finding the first victim. And so they're just going to find this fucker with like a batarang stuck in his face. And he's like waterlogged. And he's still like on his dead face. He's scared. You can still see that he's scared. And then I just walk into the Shredder's estate. ready to fight the big boss. That's it. Muddy pond fight. Even muddier.
It was effective, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty effective.
A deity in jeans appeared and just flooded the entire street.
Yeah. What was that about?
I don't know.
Seemed
man.
like overkill, I don't know. All right, Val Kilmer.
All right, so Val Kilmer Batman is hanging out. I'm just hanging out. Once again, drinking my Irish coffee and my Bat-Cal, reading the trades, reading Variety.
Right.
Reading about my upcoming role in The Ghost in the Darkness.
Right.
I've just been cast as the Saint. This should be a good career move. The Saint. The Saint.
The Saint.
The Saint. This Foot Clan guy appears with his, he's shirtless, but he's got his Foot Clan mask on.
Right.
He's got a big ass tattoo of the Foot Clan symbol on his back that I can tell he just got. Like it's clear he's taking the bandage off too early.
Oh yeah.
He's got his nunchucks with his initials on him, and he's like, "I'm here to take out the Batman." I finish my coffee. Fold the Variety up and tuck it underneath one arm. Just kind of walk over to him. And then I burn his face with a cigarette.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. I just hold it on, like I grab him by the hair so he can't move, and I just I just crush that lit, blazing ember into his stupid face.
Right.
Through the mask, it burns right through the mask.
Right.
And then I just shove him in the lake.
Shove him in the lake, yeah. And he's just screaming.
Yeah, he's screaming. He
like, what the fuck, man?
He inhales a bunch of water. 6 decades of condoms that have been thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
Condoms and needles.
And like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna sue you? You have better lawyers than him.
Yeah, what is he even gonna do?
Like, he needs to if he wants to make it in this town, he can't say anything.
But he splashes across the lake to Shredder's estate, and he tells on me. He tells Shredder.
Right.
And Shredder already has like Bebop and Rocksteady telling him the same story, so he's like, "All right, I gotta deal with this shit."
Right.
So like he kind of like shouts across. He shakes his bladed fist at me from across the lake, and I see it, and I know that it's time, but I don't acknowledge that I see him because I'm on I'm on Val time right now.
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, absolutely.
So I fix myself another Irish coffee and finish reading the trades.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Light another cigarette. This one's for Val though, so I'm gonna enjoy this cigarette.
I'm really curious because how this is gonna pan out because Shredder has like metal protections on his face.
Not on his eyes.
No, that's a good point. All right. So we get to Shredder's estate now.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So I walk in. Doesn't a stuffed bear fall on someone in this scene in Roadhouse?
Yes.
Does it fall on the bad guy?
It gets pushed on one of them. It gets pushed on the fat goon.
Okay.
The comic relief goon.
All right, that's fine. I didn't know there were more goons in there. So okay.
Yeah, there's like 4. There's like 3 or 4 goons in this end sequence.
Okay,
in
the
Roadhouse
estate,
anyway.
Yeah. I Batman the goons, you know?
Yeah, you're Batman. They're goons. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, the lights go out. It's like a demon just snatched them in the darkness. I still knock like the bear on one of the goons.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got Shredder, and he's looking very metallic and spiky.
I feel like you would make bear noises while you knock the bear on.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I take out my bat phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I call Alfred, and I'm like, "Did he show up yet? Okay, good. He's heading over here. Okay, that's great. I knew he'd come. We're not a team without him." And and then Superman shows up, and he's like, "So I have no idea what's happening." And I point to Shredder, and I go, "That's Steppenwolf, right? He's spiky." Like, you know, they're spiky guys. They're both spiky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, he has the mother box. And so Superman, assuming he's fighting like a god, just puts one good punch and just collapses Shredder's head.
Yeah, you'd zoom up on Shredder and assume he's a robot or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell him he's Steppenwolf. So like
that's
they
true.
Look the same.
Yeah.
They look the same.
Superman,
so
this guy's from Apocalypse.
Yeah. And so he punches Shredder so hard that like his helmet just goes in. Shredder doesn't even get to talk. It's just like Casey Jones in the trash compactor, really.
Yeah, honestly.
Because it just pancakes his face and just ruptures out the side like a watermelon, like just out the side, and his limp body falls to the ground. And Superman sees what he does and he goes, "No!" And he's like all sad about it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, gotcha. Yeah, listen, Steppenwolf. And then
he was just some fucking guy.
Yeah. And then I'm like, you're too powerful. I stab him with some kryptonite.
Yeah.
I kill Superman again.
You've been planning his murder for 6 months.
Yeah. Well, no, I've already murdered him, and
right.
now he's back, and I murder him again.
Oh, word.
Because I can just mother box him alive whenever I need him.
Oh, that's a good power. Yeah.
Yeah. So I murder him.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, I live by a code.
Yeah. I don't take lives.
And I string up Shredder's limp body with bat rope.
It would almost be like, after he got punched by Superman at like 300 miles an hour, it'd be like a trash bag full of liquid, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. Like that punch resonated. It broke like all of his bones.
Right, he's
even though
leaking.
He was punched in the face.
Yeah, most of his body weight's collecting in his feet and legs.
Right. Because it punched. Yeah. Now that you mention it, because he hit him so hard, he probably then flew into the ground and broke the rest of his body. So that's cool. That's really that works
that's
really
bitchin'.
well.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Maybe Wonder Woman shows up and detonates half of the building.
Yeah, why not?
Too. And I string him up for the cops to find. Upside down, so he's like leaking. It's like leaking out.
Yeah, no, he just looks like Drew
a
Barrymore in the beginning of Scream.
Exactly.
Let this be a lesson to other evildoers.
Yeah, and I leave a little bat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I draw a bat symbol on the ground in his blood.
Yeah.
In Shredder's blood.
Your friendly
so the
neighborhood
cops show
Batman.
up. Yeah, so the cops show up, and they're like, okay, so that man was dressed like, I don't know, a medieval knight?
A knife?
He's some sort of, he's like a blade man.
He's in a knife
costume. He clearly, the detective's like smoking a cigarette, like, okay, so he clearly had some beef with this bat person who I guess crushed his head. And then he killed this man in the S uniform, left him there. No, never mind. I would take his body. You gotta take his body.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take his body. So there wouldn't be an S guy, but they'd find the blood bat. They go outside and find the waterlogged dude. They wouldn't know what to make of that. They would assume it's like a serial killing, like a thrill kill.
Mm-hmm.
But they really wouldn't know what to think because these motherfuckers are dressed like ninjas. So I feel like it would be like an X-File. Like they wouldn't know what the fuck it was.
It would end like Roadhouse ended. Where they show up and everybody's like, we didn't see anything.
Oh, you're right. And the cops would be like, yeah, you saw something.
Something.
Like, don't tell me you didn't see anything.
This guy didn't spontaneously liquefy himself.
Yeah. There is an upside down robot man who's been crushed to death. You saw something. But they're not saying it out of solidarity. They're not like, we didn't see anything. They're like, we didn't see anything, all right? Because they're afraid about Batman, because Batman's a maniac who also knows a superhuman man.
Right.
That is this Batman, right? He's like he's like, I'm terrifying. I want criminals to be afraid.
Yes.
But also, I know a god. I know several gods. Why would you ever do crime in the city?
You
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't even cheat on my taxes.
No, you wouldn't.
It's horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess that's it for Batman. My Batman, I mean.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer still has
He's
to
moving on to the next town that needs his rogue bouncing
that needs
services.
his help.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's driving away in his weird fucking crab robot.
All right, so this shirtless Foot Clan guy swam across the lake. He's weeping to Shredder about how he just got his ass beat and humiliated. Really, just completely deflated as a human. I couldn't even respect him as a fellow human being, and that's really what has just destroyed his psyche. So he's crying to Shredder about that, and I see that. I take my time with my second Irish coffee. And then I get into my dick plane, my dick-shaped plane, and race. I'm going to do a lap around the whole estate first, kind of like he did earlier with his helicopter, at least in the movie Roadhouse. Anyway.
Right.
In this version of the Foot Clan, Shredder has a helicopter.
No, he would. Yeah, that's fair.
I think he would probably have a helicopter. It's more blades. We know how he feels about those.
Sorry, I don't want to stop your momentum.
Okay, so I zoom over there. I'm a dick plane. Shredder's like, "Ho ho! Finally, it's time for our showdown, Caped Crusader." And he presses some sort of device. His estate splits open, and the fucking Technodrome comes out. And he's like,
shit!
It's time to rain Technodrome terror on Jasper, Missouri. He says. And something about turtle soup. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about because I'm Batman and I'm also barely listening because I'm Batman, but I'm primarily Val Kilmer.
Right.
So I kind of sort of land, which is a nice way of saying I just kind of crashed the plane on the property somewhere. I'm just like, whatever. Get out of the bat plane, toss the keys at the closest person who appears to be a valet.
Yeah, the closest person wearing a vest.
Yes, the closest person in the vest. I just throw my keys at them, not in a gentle way.
No.
And approach the Technodrome. Shredder's up inside. I can see him and the rest of like the Foot Clan whose faces I've burned, and then Bebop and Rocksteady are next to him, and they're all just like looking at me defiantly from within the Technodrome. And Shredder's like, "Your move." So I grapple my way up. Well, okay, I know what I do. I flip down my little sonar eyepieces and take out my sonar batarang, which is what he uses to destroy the Riddler's box in the end of Batman Forever.
Right.
So I take out a cigarette.
Yeah.
Light that cigarette, take a nice fucking long, cool-ass drag, staring at Shredder up there in the Technodrome. And then I attach the lit cigarette to the batarang, the sonar batarang, and I throw it right up so that it just plants that lit cigarette right into the Technodrome's eye.
Yes! Yes, you do. This whole time I was sitting here at the edge of my seat with the knowledge in my head like, he better know the Technodrome has an eye. He better know the Technodrome has an eye.
Well, so I burn the fucking Technodrome's eye out with this cigarette.
Yes.
It tumbles off. It crashes through the estate. It's pandemonium on the inside of the Technodrome. Everything's exploding. Everyone's freaking out, getting into escape pods. They all just kind of launch on the ground. Technodrome's in flames. The eye is red and irritated and weeping somehow. It's crying. I don't know how it's crying, but it is. Yeah. Then I just leave. I leave to go make the Saint. Oh, I know what I do. The Shredder's okay. So Shredder's whole empire is crumbling. I was leaving. Like, I'm already mostly out of my Batman costume.
You're getting in, you're getting into your regular clothes.
Yeah, I'm already reading sides from the Saint. when Shredder shows up to demand that I fucking fight him or whatever.
Right.
So I'm all out of cigarettes, but I do have a sack full of silver dollars.
Oh.
And then I'm like, wait, Shredder, you're always of two minds about everything. And he's like, is that, I don't really think that's part of my, and then I just, before he can finish that thought, I just throw the entire bag of silver dollars into his face as hard as I possibly can.
Pelting him in the face and eyes.
Just smash him in the fucking head with 132 silver dollars. And he staggers and falls face down into the pond.
Perfect.
And I walk over. Authorities are starting to file in to put out the blazing Technodrome in its ruined estate and to tend to everybody's mysterious cigarette burn injuries. I don't know how they got there.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like gently like nudge Shredder's floating form so that it's concealed by some reeds.
Right.
And then I leave.
Nice.
I leave to go make the saint. I leave all of my Batman shit there.
Right.
Like the plane still crashed in his driveway. My Dickmobile is just parked by my barn. The Batman costume's just laying on the ground of his front lawn.
Oh yeah. You're gonna go have a rich, full career that'll last a long time.
Only up.
Yeah, only up. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I can, you know what? I can see in the future I'm going to make something called Mine Hunters, and it's going to be really good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Listen, I'm gonna be in an epic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Alexander's father in a historical epic directed by Oliver Stone.
That's true. When you put it that way, it's like, well, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. He's gonna be in Twixt. He's gonna be in that's a fucking Coppola film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go a Coppola film.
Gonna go be in MacGruber.
Yeah. Gonna hit up fucking Shane Black.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I've got some shit. I've got some stuff coming down the pipeline.
Yeah. Things aren't so bad.
One of them is the Snowman, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I figure it's gonna even out. Yeah.
Whereas my Batman is going to go order some Dunkin' Donuts and have a cigarette.
Some.
All right, yeah. He's going to eat nothing but Dunkin' Donuts.
Nothing but like 3 bags of Dunkin' Donuts.
Surviving on them Dunkies.
Day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think that's it. I think we did it, Tom.
Who won? Are we even picking winners anymore?
Oh, my God, who won? Somebody tell us who won.
Somebody tell us who won, because we don't even care anymore.
I don't even remember. I don't know if it's tied. Who's won more than someone else? I don't know if we had a winner for the last one.
I don't remember.
We're coming apart, Tom. We're coming apart. And it's gonna keep going in this.
It's
direction.
only gonna continue to just fray at the edges.
Oh yeah,
until it completely separates.
It's gonna get darker and darker. We've done 10 episodes, I believe.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and we got I think we got 8 more of these. I don't even know. It's madness.
Mm-hmm.
It's complete madness.
It's gonna be a real descent.
Yeah, it really is. It's gonna get it's gonna get real dark.
Yeah.
But I hope people enjoyed this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm indifferent. But obviously I hope...
Sure. I hope James Rainey enjoyed this.
My sincerest hopes that everybody enjoyed this more than not, but...
Yeah. Well, no, mainly James.
Right.
The rest of you, I could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
But James, thank you very much to James Rainey for making this happen and giving us yet another episode of this, whatever this is.
Yeah, whatever we've done here today.
Yeah, and maybe
we
I'll
did
start
something.
another-
We did something. We're an hour and 10 minutes into whatever this is.
Whatever this is, we did it.
We did it. It's done. It
done.
exists now.
It exists. It can't be taken.
It can't be
away.
undone.
Yeah. We had a lot of laughs. Some cries.
A few. Most of them were trauma induced.
Yeah. A lot of crying on the inside. Yeah. Are we done? Is that it?
Yes.
We got to plug stuff.
Oh, yeah. I suppose we should do that. Why don't you tell them about our Patreon and shit?
Yeah. If you go to patreon.com/, I believe a / but I'm not certain. Gamefully unemployed. GAMEFULLY unemployed. That's where James made this happen. We have a tier where you can make your own podcast. We also, just for $5 a month, we have some exclusive podcasts for you, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, and Star Trek: The Next Futurama. 3 goddamn podcasts. Most of them are weekly. It comes to like 8 or 9 podcasts a month for $5. So it's like less than $1 a podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's really too many podcasts.
It's too many. But that's what you get. You know, we watch movies with our patrons every Friday night. That's for $10 a month. You can join on Discord. It's remarkably easy to just join up, get on Discord, and every Friday around 7 o'clock, California time, West Coast of the United States of America, we watch movies. We got to watch. I think we're gonna watch Gods of Egypt, the third. What did we watch? What did we have to watch the third of, Tom?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, Revenge of the Sith.
You gotta watch the third prequel.
Fuck. And Percy Jackson. We gotta watch the sequel to Percy Jackson.
We gotta watch that
Tom.
second Percy Jackson. This is the kind of thing you're missing out on.
Yeah, this is what you can get. All of this.
We also have a store, tpublic.com/store/gamefullyunemployed, where you can get t-shirts, masks, mugs, stickers, posters, all kinds of things. So check that out.
Your plug was quicker than mine.
It was. I don't know why you do this, but you do it every time.
Yeah. I like enjoying it like a meat, like a steak,
like a savory meat steak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know how a really good cut of meat steak just melts in your mouth.
Yeah. You love that meat steak.
Mm-hmm. Just delicious room temperature meat steak.